2022 Academic Honors Program. I am Dr. Lisa Kendall, the principal here at Concord High School, and we want to thank all of you for coming tonight as we honor our scholar students for their academic excellence. So students, as you know, as you sit here this evening, you have built careers on grit and determination, and understand that that is going to pave your way through your futures. So please be proud of yourselves, as all of us here tonight are just as proud of you. We'd also like to say thank you to all of our educators and our students and parents, everybody, for all the grit and determination that you have poured into these wonderful students, because it's oftentimes your grit and determination that help push our young friends through, right? Thank you. All right, and with that being said, we want to go ahead and kick off our celebration, and I'd like to introduce a few of our guests here tonight. So first off, we're going to start with our school board. First, Mrs. Cammie Wade, our president. Next, we have Mrs. Jennifer Davis, our vice president. Mrs. Kelly Barr, our secretary. Mr. Tim Yoder, member.
Right here.
And Mr. Jared Sponseller, member as well. We also have our central administration with us tonight, and we'd like to start off by introducing our superintendent, Mr. Dan Funston. We'd also like to welcome Mr. Kent Myers, our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. And Mrs. Renee Kokenauer, Director of Student Services. And then lastly, we'd like to recognize our high school administration, starting off with Mrs. Gay Burton, our Associate Principal. Mr. Jeff Petty, Assistant Principal. And Mrs. Amanda Whitaker, Assistant Principal.
Thank you, Dr. Kendall. Tonight we'd like to recognize and thank the sponsors who make this event possible. A special thanks to Nancy Keller, and the Concord Rotary for donating the top 10 plaques. And I would also like to thank First Place Trophy for donating plaques for the most improved students.
So to begin this evening, we get to celebrate our freshman students, and these are students that have earned a 3.67 GPA or higher. So freshmen, here is your first big test of the evening. You're going to walk over here to your right, and you're going to line up in alphabetical order, please. You got this. Go.
Where do we go?
Up in front of the table to shake and hand. Right? Okay. Yes. That's it. You guys are going to be right in this vicinity. Yes. Okay, freshmen, we're almost ready. All right, it looks like we are ready to begin. So freshmen, when I call your name, please walk up on stage to receive your certificate. And then here's the most important part. You're gonna walk down the stage and you're gonna line up in front of the stage so we can have a group picture. All right, and you'll make spaces in between yourselves so we can see your lovely faces. So as a reminder, our freshmen, these are our freshmen that have a 3.67 GPA or higher. They'll earn an academic letter, a chevron, and information to purchase their letter jacket and certificate. Abel Aguilar. Oh, and please hold your applause until we're all done. Bella Allen. Alyssa Bachman. Lakeisha Bendez Verguero. Mackenzie Bidding. Krista Braddock. Brandon Camillo. Elizabeth Carnall. Hayden Casey. Pedro Solis. Lynette Chavez. Rosa Chavez Jimenez. Amelia Corp. Trent Kripe. Andrea Davila. Shay Davis. Troy Deaton. William Delio. Aaliyah Duran. Krista Ferreras. Isaac Free. Hallie Ganger. Cole Good. Autumn Hatton. Carlene Holdeman. Emmett Hollinger. Liliana Hunter. Gael Jimenez Cruz. Emery Jimenez de Leon. Marley Kataw. Elizabeth Kavanaugh. Alex Kerr. Levi Klein. Megan Lara DeLira. Nina Larson. Ashley Lingrick. Justin Lynn. Samuel Linares Herrera. Isaac Lopez Ortega. Robert Marr. Safina Malone. Milo Martinez. Avery McDowell. Lily McEachran. Mia Mahina. Jordan Maheo. Viviana Mendoza Escamina. Isabel Morales. Shelvin Morales Garcia. Tavarius Morris. Derek Munoz Gutierrez. Tegan Myers. Cole Nisley. Carla Ochoa Zalia. Christian Orpesos Rios. Aaliyah Ortega. Owen Oswalt. Maria Pachano Vimicio. Santiago Pedroza Marlea. Douglas Perez. Annalise Peters. Serena Poindexter. Lucas Pro. Bryce Ramirez. Johnny Ricios Cardenas. Julianne Reinert. Alan Rivieras Duran. Zoe Roberts. Julian Romano. Adrian Rosas. Sierra Rupp. Guadalupe Salas. Yazid Salvador. Landry Schock. Mason Sheely. Lydia Shoemaker. Cameron Simpson. Bailey Smith. Diego Sosa Escamina. Cole Stevenson. Anna Stone. Joshua Sullivan. Elijah Swanson. Madison Theus. Antron. Annika Troyer. Summer Troyer. Lily Vanderryden. Alexa Walter. Maria Ward. Margaret Weldy. Aiden Wheeler. Esther Williams. Jade Witt. And Ava Yoder. All right, how about a round of applause and picture time? Congratulations, freshmen. You can go and have a seat. Each year, we recognize 10 seniors whose cumulative GPA improved the most from their freshman to their senior year. They will be recognized tonight in alphabetical order. Will the following students please come to the stage, as we are proud of these students for persevering and pushing through to finish their senior year strong. So will you come up, and then after I've read the next 5 names, we can applaud. Sandra Bollinger, Damian Barrick, Carson Krusmeyer, Julian Danner, and Guadalupe Guzman. The first student that we will recognize is Sandra Ballinger, and if her parents could stand up, please, and they can have a round of applause. I'm trying to find you. Where? Over here? Oh, there we go. You have your seat?
I want to say I want to say thank you to one of my teachers for this award. Miss Vale, she helped me so much to achieve this goal of mine. She believed in me before I believed in myself, and she helped me along the way and always been by my side, even though I'm not in her class anymore. So I want to say thank you to her.
All right, next up we have Damian Barrett. If your parents could stand, please, and give a wave. There we go, right there.
The staff member that has inspired me during my high school career has always made sure I'm always on track and get my work done. Another reason is because he has taught me things I did not know, and always made me have time to have a conversation with me, even though he did not have to. One thing that has always made me like this staff member is because has always has a positive attitude and is full of excitement when I do good, and always works with me if I'm having trouble. Another reason I picked this staff member is because he has always inspired me to be successful. I want to say thanks to this staff member, and he is Mr. Petty.
All right, our next student is Carson Krusmeyer. I just want to double check you're not out there and you didn't hear your name. I don't see him. However, I do want to recognize a staff member that he nominated, and that would be Miss Lazinski. If you could come up and get your award. All right, next up we have Julian Danner. If his parents could stand, please. Standing up in the corner.
I would like to recognize a staff member. She helped me through a lot through my whole high school career, and she inspired me to be successful in this high school and helped me out through whenever people needed help and always helped me stay on track. I would like to proudly recognize this staff member and thank you for having me here to be at the school, Ms. Charzan.
Our next senior is Guadalupe Guzman. If her parents could stand, please. Up in the corner, there we go.
I would like to thank Mrs. Urednik for always pushing and encouraging her students to do their best. And not only does she push them to do their best, she always makes sure that they're at their best. I appreciate all that Mrs. Urednik has done for me, and once again, I would like to thank Mrs. Urednik. Thank you.
All right, so now it is time for our sophomores to go ahead and line up over here on the right in alphabetical order. See if you can do it faster than the freshmen.
First one you want, just push me out of the way.
Just go and set it up there, like, yeah, set it up there.
I like what you said. Don't run away.
Okay, just so thank you. Mine's harder for that. They have 10. Okay, so what I'm gonna
All right, one thing I did want to mention is we just wanted to let everybody know that our plaques that the students are receiving tonight have been donated by First Place Trophy, and we just want to say we're grateful for their support. So thank you. All right, Yasmin Adame. Andrea Aguilar Rodriguez. Hashim Alamusawi. Mia Alba Alvarez. Christine Angel. Angela Antuas Alvarez. Danielle Applin. Wesley Bachman. Macy Binkley. Sage Burkholder. Melissa Borowick. Ava Bruton. Alexandra Brunswick. Helen Caceres Argueta. Tyler Carrington. Moises Chiquito. Anthony Claudio Riviera. Jacob Combs. Jennifer Escobar Rosales. Carolyn Fisher. Christopher Flores. Bailey Franklin. Andrea Garcia. Andrew Gingrich. Lucas Green. Hannah Hernandez. Stephanie Hernandez. Litzy Herrera. Haley Imus. Annika Kam. Jacob Camp. Ruth Katalsman. Andrew Kavanaugh. Gabriel Klein. Andrew Kraus. Edwin Lopez Satilian. Kimberly Marquez. Faith Martin. Paige Martin. Braden Mavis. Logan Maxey. Addison May. Mia McEachran. Shayla Mendoza. Braden Messenger. Joseph Moon. Kathleen Moore. Zoe Myers. Luis Navarro. Aaliyah Naya. Ebony Nolan. Olivia Nush. Gracie Parkhurst. Felipe Patlin Rodriguez. Michael Peterson. Megan Postauer. Madison Replogle. Kaylee Reyes. Liliana Reyes. Juliet Reyes Ibarra. Cassandra Rodriguez Guerrero. Dadimar Salazar Medea. Colin Schrock. Gabriela Schwindeman. Rosa M. Serrano Sanchez. Kalia Starzik. Paxton Sunday. Grace Tynert. Cressy Toledo. Caden True. Leopoldo Venezuela Luriera. Braylon Yoder. Christian Caesar. Round of applause and picture time. Congratulations, sophomores. You can have a seat. We have a friend. All right, so it is time for our next 5 most improved seniors to come to the stage. Ginger Moore, Emily Sanchez, Callan Simon, Joseph Sublinski, and Cameron Weiss. All right, so first we are going to start with Ginger Moore. If her parents could stand for us. There we go. So I am going to go ahead and read her speech for her. Where do I even begin at? Before I joined GUARD, I had no idea what I was walking into. I did not expect myself to walk into auditions and be treated the way I was. I was treated and welcomed by an upper-class man and yourself. Even being scared, you changed me. I cannot thank you enough for all the time that you have spent with me and the GUARD to teach us the basics and all the routines. Not going to lie, some practices were good and some not so good. But because of you believing in me, I keep going. I kept going to prove myself and others I could do it, and I did it. You were an amazing, caring, and overall good teacher. You were always there to talk when I needed it, and you always believed in me when no one else would. You pushed me out of my comfort zone and out of my box and out of my shyness. You always let us all know how much you loved and cared for us. You never stopped believing. You were always there, good or bad. You helped me become the person I am today, and you taught me to stand up for myself and to never get up. Thank you for always being a great teacher, security guard, GUARD coach, director, cheerleader, and friend. I will never forget you. Future GUARD members will be lucky to have you to teach, mentor, and care about. After 8 seasons, there is no one else I would want by my side. And this is for Mr. Provis. Here, you can. And you can hand him your speech too. Our Our next person that we want to recognize is Emily Sanchez. I want to double check that she didn't miss her name. Okay, it doesn't look like she is here with us tonight, but we do want to recognize her staff member, and that would be Corey Hurst. All right, next up we have Callan Simon. If her parents could stand for us. Right there. All right, and I will be reading her speech for her this evening. My name is Callan Simon, and I want to thank my teacher, Mrs. Swartout. A lot has changed since I was in 9th grade. In 9th grade, both of my grades and my attitude were bad. I was really stubborn, and I didn't want to do any work. I really didn't want any help. Since then, I've grown up and I've changed a lot. For one thing, my wardrobe has changed and my attitude is a lot better. All of my teachers, my parents, and my siblings are a big part of this reason, but Mrs. Swartout is one of the biggest reasons. She is always there for me. She takes the time to listen and help me with my problems, with my friend drama, and a lot of my boyfriend problems. She knows all about my seizure disorder and makes sure my other teachers know too. She sits with me and helps me wherever I get stuck on a problem. She helps me work through it slowly, step by step, and she never gives up on me. We work through it to the very end. She has helped me use my voice to ask for help when I need it, even though sometimes I have to wait and be patient until she finishes helping someone else. She helps me deal with my stress and she helps me feel safe. Mrs. Swartout is kind of like a big sister to me. Even though she annoys me sometimes, she is still my best teacher. For all she has done, I just want to say thank you. So make sure to hand this to her, okay? And then here. Our next senior is Joseph Slavinsky, and if his parents could stand. So I am going to read his speech for him. Dear Mr. Bontrager, I would like to thank you for all the help that you have given me in high school. You are a good teacher that cares about his students. You are very patient with us when something is difficult for us. You have a good sense of humor. You have faith in me to learn and to do well in class. I hope I made you proud. I appreciate that you came to some of my soccer and basketball games too. You support your students out of the classroom too. That means a lot to me. I'm going to miss you after I graduate. Sincerely, Joe. And our next senior is Cameron Wise. If his parents could stand up for us. There we go, right there on the front.
The teacher I would like to thank this evening is Miss Wirt. I want to thank you, and I want to thank you for being an amazing teacher. I want to thank you for being there for the people that need it, and I want to thank you for being a humorous and always putting smiles on people's faces, including mine. For the past 2 years, I've had the pleasure of being in your class, and I've enjoyed it. I appreciate and I respect you. Thank you, and you are my favorite teacher, making my high school experience that much more better.
All right, next up are our juniors. It is your time to line up alphabetical order for us and try to beat the sophomores this time.
We're gonna dance a bit, dude. Be easy, good job.
Do you want to take the lead this time? Yes. Yes.
I'm a little worried, juniors. I think the sophomores were faster. All right. Emily Agallo. Paloma Aguilar. Ashley Alvarez. Alan Aguirre Perez. Julian Ostakov. Josue Baltazar Estrada. Jessica Barron. Aurora Batts. Thomas Brunner. Maggie Burkert. Kaylee Buss. Aaliyah Carroll. Paola Cervantes. Rochelle Clausen. Morgan Kreider. Talia Cunningham. Matthew Daub. Emily DeFries. Sebastian Delgado Taboda. Nicholas Dolph. Danae Eaton. Hannah Alanich. Ashlyn Fish. Braden Friedauer. Gisele Guzman. Cordell Hedwick. Aaliyah Hirschberger. Jalen Hofflinger. Eliana Hollinger. Mackenzie Jones. Sydney Keith. Megan Quiche. Armin Katukian. Abigail Kreidler. Montserrat Lopez. Trinity Mansfield. Esmeralda Mendez Rodriguez. Riley Meyer. Destiny Morris. Alexandria Moss. Isaac Myers. Gabriel Namasito. Lydia Nyson. Joyce Odiambo. Estella Overa. Michael Payton. Mia Palacios. Emily Perez Bermudez. Jacob Peterson. Macy Potter. Riley Reglin. Andre Ramirez. Gabriela Reyes. Sydney Reyes. Santana Rodriguez. Evan Rosberry. Gabriel Shanholt. Elizabeth Shoemaker. Gavin Simons. Tiana Sith. Bria Slate. Braden Solers. Joshua Sotelo. Sophia Spradling. Sophia Stutzman. Macy Swinehart. Eliza Toledo. Delaney Trigg. Samuel Trowbridge. Karina Offig. Brianna Wass. Madison Weaver. Kylie Wheeler. Isla Williams. And Mackenzie Workman. Congratulations, juniors. You may have a seat. Each year we celebrate seniors that are in the top 10 of their class. This year we have several ties, so we will be recognizing 12 students. They'll be recognized in alphabetical order. Can the following students please come to the stage? Grace Brenneman, Maggie Davis, Michael DeBartolo, Lindsay Delio, Jasmine Flores, and Jose Gayton de Jesus. To start us off, we will go with Grace Brenneman. If her parents could stand and wave for us. There they are, right in the center.
To impact a person, you simply need time. Enough time to instill core lessons and also develop confidence in them. Looking at much time I've spent with my teachers, administrators, and other people at Concord, I can definitely think of one person who I've spent the most time with. Probably even more time than my parents in some parts of the year. But all of this time I've spent with this person has been more than just worth it, it's been impactful. I want to thank my swim coach, Coach Tom Johnson, for all the lessons and confidence he has instilled in me during my time at Concord. From the countless hours I've spent in the pool, Coach Tom has been on the pool side right along with me, teaching me the importance of perseverance, resiliency, integrity, determination, and enthusiasm. Coach Tom didn't just speak these words into my life, he displayed them through his actions and his day out and day in commitment to his swimmers. He has coached all of us to the best of his ability and has exemplified these skills, which hasn't just helped us in the pool, but they will help us throughout our entire lives. Most importantly, Coach Tom has helped me realize the importance of failure and how to not be afraid of failing because it's allowed me to reach my highest potential. If we never take risks and go above and beyond what we think we can do, we never truly know how good we can be. I vividly remember several difficult sets that basically terrified me at first, especially freshman year. But after a few years and lots of those sets completed, I was able to stand up against my fear of failure and just jump in and do my best. This has allowed me to try faster and harder intervals for me in the pool that I thought were impossible at first. And it's eventually helped me achieve 5 school records, 10 high school state medals, and the 2022 IHSAA Mental Attitude Award. But more importantly, this lesson has allowed me to be comfortable in trying new things. And it has allowed me to be confident in myself, whether the risk seems high and the probability of winning seems low. Now, as I finish my time at Concord and prepare for my college experience at the University of Notre Dame, I will never forget the lessons Coach Tom has taught me, that it takes perseverance, resiliency, integrity, determination, and enthusiasm amidst some failure to truly reach my fullest potential.
Next up, we have Maggie Davis. If her loved ones and parents could stand. They're right there.
Okay, hello. Today, I'm honoring an incredible person and someone who has been really, really influential in my life. I had this teacher in junior high and high school, and one of the last days of junior high, I looked up at them and I said, "I'm really gonna miss you, you're a great teacher." And they looked at me really confused and said, "What do you mean? I'm gonna go to the high school next year." And I didn't know it then, but I'm really incredibly grateful that you chose to come to the high school this year. My freshman year, I was very excited, but very nervous to enter high school. And I think this teacher especially helped me get through that. And being able to see this teacher every day, back when we had trimesters, was really, really helpful to me. Throughout my 4 years of high school, I was learning to be a better leader from this person, whether I knew it or not. Even when I didn't know what I was doing half the time, and they helped me be more confident in myself so I could inspire confidence in others. One last story about my freshman year. This teacher would always say to our section when we did something really amazing or played something really well, they said, "That's another penny in the piggy bank." Because in order to have a full bank, you must have a plethora of moments that are just breathtaking. And I think my piggy bank's just about full, and it's time for me to start a new one. And by now, this teacher definitely knows who I'm honoring, so I just wanted to say, to the listener, music might be powerful or melodic or beautiful, but to the instrumentalist, music is a beautiful story that they get to share with the world. So thank you for sharing this story with me, Mr. Hinkle.
And next up, we have Michael DeBartolo. If his parents and loved ones could stand, please. Right there.
All right, thanks. All right, I'm gonna be honest. Until about 6 weeks ago, I had no idea this is where I'd be right now. Nobody said a word about this program to me for months, and then all of a sudden, I've got an email saying I got to give a speech in like a month. I didn't know that making the top 10 would give me this sort of responsibility. They've sort of flipped the script for me as a student, as I'm honoring one of the adults in my life with an award when it's been the other way around for my whole life. That being said, there was no question who I would be writing about the minute I heard what the topic was. The person I had in mind doesn't always act superior to us. I'll look away for 1 second between sets, and the next she'll be rambling on about some car she's owned in the past. And the next I'll be scolded for never having watched Karate Kid or some other 80s movie. Sometimes she acts like more of a friend than a coach, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes we need a person who's checking on how much sleep we're getting rather than how many laps we're clocking in the pool. Sometimes we need to talk about what's stressing us out instead of, all right, team, we've got 3 morning practices next week. Swimming is a mentally draining sport by itself, and anytime other factors like school have brought me to my lowest, I've always been able to depend on her to pick me back up. I've also learned plenty of important lessons from her as a coach. First, success does not come in a straight line. You've worked hard at a sport, an instrument you're playing, whatever it is you're looking to get better at, and you don't see any improvement for a week, a month, several months even. Maybe you were doing great yesterday, but it's just not happening today. The truth is that our performance does not always reflect the work we put in. That's simply an uncontrollable fact, but it's one that I've learned to make peace with and not get frustrated about. I have a bad day, a bad practice, or a bad meet from time to time, even though I put all my effort into it, but I could shrug it off knowing that I'll do better tomorrow. I've also learned to trust the process. Another fact is that if you put work into something, you will see results. The process doesn't come with a crystal ball, unfortunately. You can see results tomorrow, or you may not see them for months. There's no way to accurately predict progress or growth. Regardless, if you put in the time and effort, you will be rewarded. You just have to stick with it and never give up. I'll admit, I haven't always stuck with things in life, and I'll admit there have been times where I've come close to quitting swim. I've come close to leaving behind all the work I've put in the past 5 years and the family I made along the way. But that didn't happen because I had people pushing me forward every step of the way. It didn't happen because I had someone to set my mind straight and get me back on track, which I'm ever grateful for. Having said all of that, I'd like to honor Coach Nicole Corporon for making a significant impact in my life and showing me what it means to never give up.
Next, we have Lindsay Delio. If her parents and loved ones could stand, please. Right over here.
When I was asked to speak about a person that has greatly influenced me throughout my high school career, I immediately thought of one person. The person I'm going to speak about today has had an influence on me starting even before my freshman year. This person welcomed me into a new school with open arms and introduced me to a family of teammates that I spent my 4 years here with. This person was the gateway that led me to all my closest friends, and I will always appreciate the time she spent trying to make sports and school a fun experience for us. This person has true passion for her team and the sport she coaches, which is not always the case with coaches, unfortunately. But passion is never in doubt with this person. You can really see her passion in the way she runs her program. This person has always been rooting for me, even outside of basketball, and has always shown genuine interest in my softball career throughout high school. While I may not have always seen eye to eye with this person, she has done many things for me that I am grateful for, and she has allowed me to grow as a person. I'm not the same person that I was my freshman year, and this person has a lot to do with that. She encouraged me to be a leader, to speak up for myself, and to value the relationships that I have with my teammates. This person has also taught me that hard work is valuable and has encouraged me to be persistent and determined in all that I do. Through everything, this person has challenged me to be the best person that I can be, no matter the circumstances. She has been there for me every step of the way. I believe that this person really has influenced me remarkably throughout my high school career, and I will always be grateful for that. Lastly, this person has made sure that I will always be successful. Thank you, Coach Cepeda.
Let's switch plaques.
Okay.
Next, we have Jasmine Flores. If her parents and loved ones could stand. I know they're here. There they are, way up top.
I would first like to say thank you for all of you for attending, and I also want to take the time to congratulate all of you students for being able to prove to yourselves that your diligent work this year has finally paid off. You all worked so hard the entire year, and now we all get to celebrate all of your accomplishments. Personally, I can say that making it this far has not been easy. Lots of sacrifices, lots of time, and lots of dedication have been put all throughout my high school career to allow me to be in this position today. Although it was difficult having to sacrifice so much while still trying to find myself, it was still, without a doubt, one of the best sacrifices that made me a top student, and most importantly, a better person. However, although this journey has been very tough, I still had many opportunities to experience several memorable adventures. These several adventures were made possible by many of my amazing teachers during these 4 years. Every teacher made a huge impact on my life since they carried the gift to navigate me through my educational journey. At the core of their work, every teacher had the desire to help each student and to start them on a journey that would help them all throughout life, which is something I truly admire. And although every single one of my teachers taught me one thing that I will carry all throughout my life, there was one specific teacher that stood out from the rest of them. More specifically, since the first day of school in my junior year, I realized that this specific teacher carried something that would make me remember him forever, which was his enthusiastic personality. I remember on this day, I was sitting down anxiously, then he walked in with a big smile on his face, and he tapped my shoulder asking me for a fist bump. I knew that this moment was unique and special since the first impression was a memory that would have an everlasting impact on me. But little did I know that this fist bump would change my life forever, since he became what I considered to be my best friend. I saw him not only as a great teacher, but as a friend who guided me through the tough times of figuring out what was best for myself and my future. Because of him, I found the strength I needed to take the next steps towards my dream of enrolling in colleges. This made me realize that he was in fact my greatest inspiration in allowing me to find all the things I was capable of, even if I didn't believe in myself. He never doubted my abilities, and he gave me the courage and strength to do anything I wanted to do. He always made me strive for the most challenging things in life because he was the one who believed in me. I appreciate him so much since he never gave up on me and continued to motivate me even through the times where I never had confidence in myself. I love that I can always go to him to seek advice or just to have a friend to talk to. And knowing that there is someone who will listen to me makes all the difference in the world. He became an inspirational source, and he has created my character and showed me the path to success. I believe that he wasn't a good teacher. He was a great teacher who taught me so many things that I will remember for the rest of my life. I am lucky enough to have had such an amazing teacher with many contributing qualities, which was Mr. Turner. All I can say is that I am extremely grateful to have had you as my teacher, and I'm not sure how I'm going to live without your lessons and your words of wisdom. But I know that I can now go into the real world and be confident about who I am and what I can achieve. You showed me that the path of success required believing in myself, being confident in my abilities, and always striving to achieve my personal best. Thank you, Mr. Turner, for being such an inspiration in my life. I will never forget you.
And next we have Jose Gayton de Jesus. If his parents and loved ones could stand for us. Up in the corner.
Thank you. All right, nice to see y'all. I'm gonna make this short and sweet because we got places to be, all right? So, just recently, I've had the honor of being able to attend First Robotics World International Competition with our robotics team. Being able to reach World has been one of the highest honors that I have received and is one of the best experiences I've ever had. even though he absolutely got destroyed. As it took a lot of effort for our team to make it to that level, this chance wouldn't have been possible without one of the most influential people during my high school career. It has been his efforts that allowed our small Concord robotics team to merge and be part of E3RC nonprofit organization, which is a club that organizes and combines robotic students from different schools. I can honestly say that being a part of this team has been one of the most fulfilling experiences I've ever had. Even while we worked a cumulative of 16 hours each week, every second has been worthwhile. I was able to build a small family with all my teammates and mentors, something that wouldn't have been possible without him. He has made my journey in the STEM field a lot more enjoyable and has had a lot of influence in the future career that I've chosen, which is mechanical engineering. Whenever there was a problem on a certain design or task, he would be there to answer my questions and lead me in the right direction in order to get the solution. Not only is he a good mentor and teacher, he's also a good person. I've had the honor of being able to know him through all these years, and he has always been one of those teachers that I enjoyed being in class with. Mr. McComish, thank you for the influence you have had in my life and in the STEM field. You're truly one of the best there is.
And now, seniors, it is your time to line up in alphabetical order, and you should be the fastest.
So we also need to get a cord, right? So you're doing that part too?
Okay, we probably shouldn't do that, because now they're all going to do it. Yeah, please don't. Yeah, but they wouldn't call. So unique to the seniors, as we call you forward, not only will they get their certificate, chevron, and be recognized this evening, they'll also grab their cord that they'll get to wear at graduation. Okay, so here we go. Derek Angel. Andre Sevilla Morano. Kiera Bennett. Raina Bossler. Grace Brenneman. Alexis Bruton. Stephanie Briggs. Ryan Brooks. Thomas Burkert. Samuel Carnal. Hannah Clearwater. Parker Curtis. Jack D'Arcy. Maggie Davis. Isabel Deaton. Michael DeBartolo. Lindsay DeLeo. Andres Fernandez. Selma Fisher. Jasmine Flores. Carlos Galindo Guzman. Pilar Garcias. Jose Gayton de Jesus. Lauren Golden. Daniel Gonzalez Diaz. Sol Gonzalez Soto. Trista Helby. Wendy Hernandez. Hiromi Moriera. Savannah Herring. Logan Hooley. Anastasia Ruby. Angela Illigor. Aranza Jimenez Cruz. Bianca Jimenez Ortiz. Layla Katal. Ethan Kavanaugh. Zavin Kaltukian. Russell Cum. Kaylee Custrin. Abigail Lee. Liam McDowell. Calissa Montgomery. Carla Montiel. Taylor Aronia. Kenya Orapeyas Rios. Maria Pachisimo Vimicio. Tyler Peacock. Isela Panina. Sophia Poindexter. Victoria Postauer. Diana Reggio Alvarez. Anthony Roberts. Juliana Salazar. Ivan Salinas. America Santos. Ethan Smith. Kieran Stauffer. Claire Steele. Catherine Steele. Hope Sullivan. Jada Swanson. Elizabeth Terry. Shannon Valdez. Madison Wells. Mallory Wells. Gracie Westlake. Mitchell Whitehead. Janice Wilson. Thomas Wurtzbaugh. Eloy Zapata. And congratulations to our seniors. All right, thank you guys. You can go ahead and have a seat. So our next group of top 10 that'll come to the stage is Logan Hooley, Aranza Jimenez Cruz, Kaylee Custrin, Gisela Panina, and Kieran Stauffer. First, we will begin with Logan Hooley. If his parents and loved ones could stand, please. There we go.
Good evening. My name is Logan Hooley. The person I am honoring today has been an integral part of my career here at Concord High School. This individual, as well as many others, has adapted to and overcame many obstacles the past 4 years. This teacher has dealt with flooding in the high school, the pandemic shutting down many events, learning how to teach in their first years here, and, possibly the biggest challenge, dealing with us rowdy percussionists. All jokes aside though, I believe that this individual overcame all of the aforementioned difficulties at the highest levels, and all those who came in contact with them were better off for it. Not only were we led by this person, they actively taught us how to become a leader in our own lives. Some of the advice they gave that stuck out to me the most included phrases such as, "People who believe things can't get done will go out and prove they are right," And if you want to be safe, don't be a leader. Leaders risk, they gamble. Sometimes they win, and lots of times they lose. The only true security is self-peace. These fundamental statements, as well as many more, have allowed me to develop a mindset of confidence and proactivity in my life. I owe many thanks to this person for leading and improving our group of percussion students. I credit many successes to this person, including receiving the Best Percussion Award at a marching band competition and performing our best, which resulted in placing 4th in the state at ISSMA State Finals this year. They always pushed the drumline to perform our best, even when it was hard, repetitive, or filled with struggle. I think that I can speak for everyone that this person will be greatly missed after this year, and I wish them the best of luck in graduate school. Thank you for everything you have done, Mr. Denton Sutherland.
Next, we have Aranza Jimenez Cruz. If her parents and loved ones could stand right there. Thank you.
All right. So senior year is a time where we go from being kids to adults. We decide what we're going to do after high school, and even if we don't admit it, we're all scared and worried at some point. We worry about whether our choices are right or wrong. This year, I was extremely lucky to have another person, beside my parents, of course, to give me advice and support. When I first met this person, I have to admit that I was a little bit intimidated. I felt awkward and anxious, and I thought, man, this is gonna be one long year, as I didn't really know who this person was. But little did I know how unique my experience would be. The way this person handles each situation constantly inspires me to do the same. This person has taught me the importance of communication, as there are hard times where unexpected things occur. This person is everybody and anybody's biggest cheerleader. And with this, she brightens people's days every single day. If she's not in the room, you'll miss her presence and her cheerful laughs. Thank you for creating a comfortable environment where I can come talk to you about the most serious and random topics. You've done an extraordinary job at providing opportunities that have helped me to learn about myself and allowed me to grow. We've gotten to the point where, like you say, we know what we're thinking just by looking at each other. We've had exciting/happy situations where we have coffee, cinnamon rolls, and cheers that can be heard down the hallway. We've also had stressful situations where we also have coffee and cinnamon rolls. And if you know this person, those are the two of her favorite things. I know that we don't have much time left together, but I'm so grateful for all the moments I have experienced with you. You have made my senior year the most memorable of all. You always help me with school assignments I don't understand, and you encourage me to always voice my thoughts and pursue my passions. I would like to thank and recognize the following person for making a significant impact on my life. Ms. Kendra Devine.
Our next student is Kaylee Custrin. If her parents and loved ones could stand, please. There we go.
You know those people who nag at you? The ones who have very knowing attitudes? Well, today we are recognizing one of the most persistent and influential nags that I have ever met. Let's start out with my freshman year. As many of you sat with me in class know, I like to get things done very early. If there's a way to finish an assignment a month before it's due, consider it done. Well, I did this my freshman year, and this teacher was simply just not having it. Apparently, they weren't a fan of my sitting in class on my phone or attempting to take a nap. Who knows why? But, as one does, they made the decision to ask me to do some other work. And I'm not talking about some general busy work that would keep me from wasting time. They asked me to do an entire video project that eventually got sent out to classes, and I didn't even know that was going to be happening. This was not something that I really wanted to do, but I got roped into it. Now we look at my sophomore year, and I don't have this teacher anymore, but I do walk past their classroom. Here I hear endless nags to join their extracurricular, words that I heard during my freshman year as well, but I continued to ignore them. I mean, my schedule was already filled to the brim, and I did not need to add anything else to it. But then we entered junior year, and those endless nags quieted just a little, with the hybrid schedule taking up even less of my time and me being at school not very much at all, honestly. But ironically, I actually found myself wanting to fill that extra time that I had on my hands. So I went to this teacher, and all of a sudden I found myself being the newest member of the speech team. I had my heart set on 2 different events that I just knew I was going to do. But once again, my plan was not their plan, and we ended up going on their route. I guess it ended up working out, because I nationally qualified in my event my junior year, and was sectional and district champion in it my senior year, also qualifying for nationals. So maybe, despite the fact that I never wanted to admit it, you were right. Mr. Stutzman, as much as I disliked your tactics and was oftentimes not a fan of your knowing attitude, you tended to be very, very, very right. Thank you for introducing me to the activity that instilled so much confidence in me as an individual and made me a more well-rounded human being. And thank you for helping me to find something that I was so extremely successful in. I'm better off because of it. You have very much changed me.
Next, we have Isela Panida, and if her family and loved ones could stand for us, please. I know they're here. There they are right there.
I've had this teacher for 3 years throughout my high school experience, and I'm so glad I've had the opportunity to be in her classes for that long. I will never forget how this teacher always takes account of her students' mental health and feelings during and outside of school hours. I remember during the COVID-19 pandemic, this teacher cared about knowing how everyone was doing during quarantine and was there to listen if anybody was having a tough time dealing with this new situation. I was, and still am, glad that I have the option to talk to her whenever I feel anxious or excited to talk about something personal. When I'm stressed out about something school-related, she always tries to help me feel better by allowing me to take breaks or use her class for studying and catching up on work. She's considerate about what her students might be going through. It reminds everyone to treat everyone with kindness and respect. She's involved in our lives as she's always asked for follow-ups and updates on personal events. It's nice to know that I have a teacher that is interested in what I do outside of her class. I always feel comfortable and energetic in her class, despite having her classes in the early mornings with only 5 or 6 hours of sleep. She always makes time and effort into making her class more interesting and interactive for her students. She's always available when students need someone to talk to about personal issues. She's also a great teacher to talk to and relate to about fun and non-school related topics, such as favorite TV shows and movies when there's free time. I'm honored to be able to give this award to this dedicated teacher tonight, Mrs. Gammon.
And now we have Kieran Stoffer. If her parents and loved ones could stand for us. See them right up there.
Thank you. All right. Change is coming. Now that's something that's been true all 4 years of high school, but mainly just this past year, and that change has came in the weight room with none other than the loud screaming voice behind Concord Strong Instagram, Coach Fersen. Now, Coach Fersen has taught me a lot about changes and going through changes, and boy, was the change in this weight room hard this year to get used to. That first week, it was rough. I was sweating like a pig. It was just, I did not look good in the weight room. But eventually, I got stronger, and he taught me a lot about change. Now, he taught me two very important things. One, either we have to go out and make change happen, or two, sometimes this change happen to us. Now, first, about going out and making change happen. Coach Fersen is very intentional with the workouts we do and everything that he tells us in the weight room, everything that he just tries to give us. One thing is, I don't think I've ever done the same workout twice this entire year. Now, we all have the same 4 main lifts, but he always changes something, the rep scheme, the accessory lifts, everything else. He always changes something, and he's so intentional with making us stronger. Now, also, he's provided better nutrition options and brought new vending machines into the school so we can have better options and make choices for us to make us better. And then secondly is changes sometimes happen to us. Now, these changes are not always good and they can hurt us and kick us to the ground. Sometimes it's losing a loved one, sometimes it's losing a job, it's moving. There's just a lot of changes that we go through in life. But he's taught me to never let it kick you to the ground, but always, let you have a team around you to help you and support you and, learn from them and grow through them together. Now, finally, I'd like to end this speech with 2 things. First off, just thanking you, Coach Fersen. You've made such an impact, and I'm so grateful. And then finally, tell you how I first met Coach Fersen. This was last summer at the very beginning. I was walking out of the pool into the parking lot, and I saw him pacing around the parking lot. He looked like he had just gotten the phone. And I nodded over and I said, "Man, it looks like you're doing some pretty big things in there." And he goes, "Change is coming." Thank you.
Before we part ways tonight, I want to say thank you first to our school board members for being here this evening, as well as Mrs. Keller here from Rotary, as well as Mr. Robbins, who has the illustrious job of setting all of this up for us. So thank you. Thank you to our staff members who were honored tonight. And then before we dismiss, I just want to say, students, we're really proud of you, but the hard work never ends. Just remember that. All of our most improved and top 10 students, please don't leave. It's picture time, and for the rest of you, good night.